Well, hello everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre here. Hard Rock Cafe hat. Saturday. Time to see what I've been listening to in my vinyl collection and music CDs this week. I had a pretty full week of it too. So let's get started. Let me know. Go down there and hit that like button. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. Help it grow. Put some comments down there. When you're looking through these albums, if you have one of these albums, let me know. You know, whether you like it or don't like it, whatever, or if you don't have any of it, what is your favorite album that you personally own? Like to hear from you, and I definitely will get back with you. So the first one we got was another one I picked up new recently. Uh, it's called Thick Freakness by the Black Keys. This was the hype sticker that I couldn't get off, so I had to cut it off. I'm sticking it in there. This was no, when did they put this one out? This is a 2023, and there was a 20th anniversary reissue on a really nice color vinyl. I'll show it to you here in a second. The was their second studio album, and it's raw, heavy blues influenced by garage rock. All right, I didn't get into this one too much, but this is not new for the Black Keys. So what I have to do, just to be fair, like I did with the other ones, is uh, give it another listen. Look at this vinyl. How pretty is that? White with pink splatter. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty nice. I think so. So that was the first one of the week. Thick Freakness, a 2023 20th anniversary album by the Black Keys. I did get some more whatnot that came in. I got them cleaned up, and I got some more on order. I've been buying. I've honestly been buying too much. I have to get myself under control again. So the next album that I picked up was a whatnot, and I really like the quality of it. I really like the album. Whatnots are always used, and this is Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Tarkus. Okay, it was 1971, their second studio album. Tarkus went to number one on the UK album charts and became the only album by the band to do so. It was a top 10 album worldwide, including the US, where it peaked at number 9. If you like prog, you'll like this one. Okay, there's a gatefold. And the album's in I would rate this good because it's not splitting or anything, but there's some speed, some I call it wear usage, and there was an insert in here. Uh, I guess compositions from Atlantic and Etco, and I guess you could write property of and put your name on there instead of writing on the album if you really thought you needed to get your name on it if you were going to a party or something. But once this came off the album, well, it does say subjects, you can have it. So ELP, I do like ELP and I do like Tarkus. I'm glad I got this one. And let's see what we got going here. And we got it on the Coal Coalition label. You can see it's in pretty good shape. I didn't see any cuts or anything on this one. I would actually say this vinyl is probably VG plus, and I'd give it a good plus on the album cover. So that was the 1971 release by Emerson Lake and Palmer titled Carcass. Ah, I like that one. So we're off to a good week, off to a good start this week. What have you been doing? What have you been listening to any music this week? What have you been listening to? Okay, now this one here, this is kind of strange. Not strange. Well, different for my collection, I'll say. How's that go? Look, I've told you I belong to that Amazon club, and they every 6 or 8 weeks they send me one from 60s and 70s, and sometimes I cancel it. I only cancel it if I already have it. So I didn't cancel this one here, and this is Amazing Grace by Aretha Franklin. It is gospel, and it's a 2022 2 LP on white vinyl, and it's a reissue of the 1972 release, and it was received with critical and commercial success, selling over 2 million copies in the U.S. alone and earning double platinum certification. It also won Franklin the 1973 Grammy Award for the Best Soul Gospel Performance. As of 2017, it stands as the best-selling disc by Franklin's entire 50-plus year recording career, as well as the highest-selling live gospel music album of all times. That's pretty good, and it's pretty upbeat, and some like this guy's classified it as funk and soul in the category as a gospel. I didn't wouldn't I don't think I would ever classify it as funk and soul. Pictures from that church. I don't know. I don't remember where the church is where they did a lot of the recording of it in. And it's on the Atlantic album. It did come with nice polyline sleeves. And here we go on the Atlantic album in white. The only thing I don't like about white is when it's playing. Say you wanted to pick out a particular song. It's very, very hard to see the tracks on a white album. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Okay. But I guess there's a lot of things in life I don't like. And if that's all I didn't like, it'd be a pretty cool what's going on. So that is Amazing Grace by Aretha Franklin, the 2022 reissue of the 1972 album. Good songs on here. I enjoyed the album. I'm not big into gospel, but they won some Grammys, like everybody, I think you guys know, I love Elvis Presley and I love his voice. The only Grammys he ever won, but all the hits he had, the only Grammys ever won were his gospel songs. And I always thought that was pretty strange that that's all Elvis would get. Then another whatnot that came into the collection and played very well too. I had a really good week with the whatnots that come in. Is Time Loves a Hero by Little Feat. This is 1977, and this is their sixth studio album. It's blues rock, southern rock, rhythm and blues, and bayou funk. It reached number 34 on the U.S. top LPs and tape Billboard. Lowell George disbanded the group because of creative differences shortly before he died in 1979. Surviving members reformed Little Feat in 1987, and the band has remained active to the present. This was, I don't think I have any other Little Feat in my collection, but now I probably will look for more Little Feat because I really enjoyed this album. It was pretty good. Not only did it play good, I enjoyed the music on it and everything. And so, I don't know if there was nothing in there. And then we'll see what the label looks like in this one. Okay, it's on one of the Warner Brothers records. And again, I don't see any hairlines or anything on this vinyl. He played really, really nice. So that was Time Loves a Hero, the what did I say that was? 1977 release by Little Feat. Okay. Well, it's time to go into CDs, like I've been doing every week. Okay, and I did 3 of them this week. And tell you why. I'll show you the first one why. Okay. When I was first doing this shelf over here and that, and when I got to this one here and on that shelf, this is a 6 CD set. All I did was play Van Halen 1, the opening. So this time here, I went through and I picked it and I did Van Halen 2. Okay, this is a reissue of the 1979 release in a 6 CD set. The studio albums peaked at number 6 on the U.S. Billboard 200 and yielded the hit singles "Dance the Night Away" and "Beautiful Girls." As of 2004, it sold almost 6 million copies in the United States. Critical reaction to the album has been positive, with the Rolling Stone album guide praising the feel-good party atmosphere of the songs. Yeah, it was a really good one. This was really good album. And so I'm glad I went back and looked at this. And on occasion, it won't be every week, but on occasion I'll go back to this and listen to the next one. This was a 2. This is mostly the David Roth days with Van Halen. And so good stuff. If you haven't ever listened to it, go to your streaming services and give it a check. That's Van Halen 2. Okay, the next CD that I did was an Elton John one. And it was the 1989 22nd studio album for Elton John called Sleeping with the Past. As you can see, my little number sticker there is number 3 in my CD collection. He said that most of the songs is dedicated to his longtime writing partner, Bernie Taupin. The album features Sacrifice and Healing Hands, which were issued on a double A side and became John's first solo #1 single in his home country of the UK. The single success helped the album also hit #1 there, his first since 1974, which was Elton John's greatest hits. Also became his first platinum album in the UK since 1985, Ice on Fire. In the US, it was certified gold in October of '89 and platinum April of 1990. Sleeping in the Past became Elton John's best-selling album of the '80s. Good stuff on here. Good stuff. Let's open her up a little bit. And we got the album here. See which one this is, okay? See the writing over there? Writing on every page again. I'm having a hard time seeing it again today. It's on this white paper, that's why. I'm getting a reflection. But anyway, nice little booklet in there. I don't know how many pages it is. And the CD is on the MCA label. And because I went back and did the Van Halen one, instead of doing 2 CDs this week, I did three. And the next one that I did was titled Flashback. This is a 1987 compilation of 38 Special. This album really rocked. This is like really southern rock. This is Donnie Van Zant was one of the co-founders of 38 Special. Trying to take after his brother Ronnie. And Donnie finally quit, and I forget what year it was due to health reasons. And I'm not really sure. I should have looked this up but Back to Paradise, Hold On Loosely, Wild Eyes Southern Boys, all kinds of good, really southern rock on here. 16. I'm doing a hard time reading that one. Okay, let's get this out of here. Not very big. Oh, this one is one that we got the Southern Boy, 38 Special Boys. It opens up like this. We list all of those song tracks. Good stuff. You like Southern rock? Check this baby out on your streaming services. It's called Flashback, the 1987 compilation of 38 Specials, more famous songs. Okay, so now we get back to this morning. Normally, the last album is one that's already been in my collection for a long, long time. I pull it out, and I normally listen to it early on Saturday morning, and I did again this week, and it was a good one. This is the 1976 reissue of the 1973 release of the Beatles, 1962 to 1966. I forgot how many great songs they put out back in the day. Okay, just like Love Me Do, Please Please Me, A Hard Day's Night, Help, Nowhere Man, Eleanor Rigby, Ticket to Ride, Yesterday, great music. I forgot. I really enjoyed listening to this morning. This is two LPs. Show you what the label looked like. If it was the original release had the Apple label, which looked like an apple, and this reissue was just red uh, labels. But again, I had to rate this as VG plus. This was a really clean. Both albums were really clean. I'm proud of myself for how I took care of my albums over the years. There's another one. You know where that I got it. You'll probably see it next week, but we'll wait until then to talk about it. So this was the 1976 reissue to close out the week of the Beatles, 62 to 66. Well, that was it for this week. It was a good week. I will re-listen to the Black Keys album again. I won't re-record it, but I'll give you a comment on what I thought of the second time I listened to it through. And so don't forget to go down there and put some comments. The SoCalsabre saying, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and stay safe.